Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let me begin with my presentation without wasting time. And this is regarding from automation to human-centric engineering to the sixth industrial revolution, charting the next era of transformation. Right. Now, this you have seen already, this 5 industrial revolution, the timeline, and of course we were talking about steam generation and electricity power, how it automate our industry. And then we came to the robotics, and finally we came to 4th industrial revolution at year 2000. This is where I also got involved in this thing. Of course, 5th industrial revolution still emerging. I will explain that to you when I go forward. Right, I started my career in 1983. And I worked as a structural engineer in State Engineering Corporation and left the country to join Saudi Bin Laden Group in 1988. But in 1997 only I realized the importance of 4th industrial revolution. Because of this project. Look at this Putrajaya Mosque in Malaysia. I came to Malaysia in 1997 to execute this project. And this is one of the beautiful mosques in Malaysia. If you travel in Malaysian Airlines, you will see the video of this. I had a problem here. I was trained by the Bin Laden Group to do 2D drafting and 3D modeling in AutoCAD. But I never used 3D modeling in AutoCAD until I come to this project. Look at this project. This architect has designed this building using Mughal architecture. She is trying to combine different shapes. Look at this, you have a rectangular beam wall, and then on top of that you have octagonal wall, and on top of that you have a tie beam, circular. On top of that you have a dome. So she is combining different geometrical elements which must be integrated. It is not possible for you to do 2D drafting and integrate this. So I realized I must make a 3D model using AutoCAD. And of course, it was a very complicated project, and you can see the interior design. There were so many details for you to generate. Otherwise, you cannot do this. Okay, after completing this particular project, I came to Dubai. I came to the Dubai Sports Complex from 2007 to 2010. Right, and there I realized this industry 4 essentials. That is cloud computing, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, integration, and digital twins. Of course, I was not happy with cloud computing because of the security. But at that time, even Dubai, they did not have sensors of Internet things. So I used artificial intelligence and integration of digital twins to do the construction of this particular facility, because to do that facility, it was essential for me to do automation and interconnected systems, data-driven decision-making, efficiency-focused outcomes. Look at this structure. It's an organic shape. It's an aerodynamic shape. Look at that architect, that line, little line that you see. She draws a line where to fix my LED lights. 2D drafting, you cannot do this. Even 3D modeling, I was finding it difficult. So I went to BIM modeling. I used Revit as a tool and modeled the whole thing, because each curved element was defined parametrically and exported directly to the computer numeric machines. Now, this is the importance, because the Industry 4 essentials require you to integrate a digital twin. For that, you got to understand how to do that integration. I was in Saudi Arabia in 2005. I was reading an article published in UK where the UK government give the directives to their consultants. Guys, go and get your work digitalized. Otherwise, you will not get consultancy. I showed this particular article to Mr. Bin Laden. I told him, boss, if we don't get ourselves trained on this, we will be left behind. He approved 166,000 Saudi riyals for me to establish the BIM division in Bin Laden Group. Of course, there were 2 Filipinos. One Greg Besido, the other one, of course, Alex And there was another guy, I don't remember his name, but they trained with me. And of course, after that, this is the BIM model that created by Greg. And of course, this is the integration, and digital twins play a major role in this era. For example, now we had these problems because visualization is a big issue. Now this is an image that I take from the digital twin created by Greg. But the point is that it allows me to explain to my stakeholders what I am going to construct. Visualization at its best. And here you can see after constructing, this is the actual image. You can see it is almost the same. So this is the advantage that I take from digital twins. Not only that, I had to comply with sustainable environment regulations in Dubai. So here I had to prove that I have energy efficiency achieved. For that, I need data-driven decision making. And of course, I have to prove my efficiency. What I did, I got my digital twin connected with the actual object. There we use photovoltaic panels to generate clean energy. So I had to prove that energy generated by this clean energy is very well within the net energy performance index of 0.875, which I achieved. It should have been 1. How did I do that? I had smart meters, I had building management system data, and I monitored HVAC, lighting, water, pools, and elevator data. And that time I told you I did not have sensors of Internet of Things, but we use digital loggers, data loggers, and connected this physical object to get this particular digital twin giving me these results. Now look at this, annual energy use 1.2 million, solar PV generation 1.05. So I have monitored this, I have collected this data daily basis for 1 year during the defect liability period before handing over the project. And I told them, look, I achieved 0.875, so this is a data-driven decision. You better achieve 1. For that, you go for the external landscape lighting with solar energy. So I think they have achieved that. So this is the way that we use this type of things. Then I came to Maldives to execute this project. This is the Maldives International Airport, and I was the project director of this particular airport, and it was an EPC turnkey contract. Engineering, procurement, construction, all done by Bin Laden Group. So I had, again, the Greg and the team, and this is the BIM model created by Greg, and of course, and other engineers created the BIM model, and the architects created their own BIM model. The advantage here is that when they are creating these digital models, I told them, you must follow AIA LOD specification. This is American Institute of Architects. They have published very detailed, level of detail specification. And not only that, even ISO 19650 series of international standards are publishing BIM principles. So I wanted them to execute the BIM models according to that. Not only that, and there are some airports system suppliers like passenger boarding bridge and baggage handling system. So these people, I told, gave the same instruction, you better develop your own 3D models in Revit and give it to me based on that AIA specification and ISO specification. What did I do? I combined all the models together. There are problems. There are issues in interfaces. There are clashes. But I use this tool, Naviswork Clash Detection. It will automatically show you a snapshot where the clashes are. So I call my stakeholders, sit down together, resolve the clashes virtually, not actually. If you start working actually, you start demolishing. You waste your material. You waste your resources. No, you don't have to do that in this fourth era or fifth era. You try to acquire this knowledge and the technology. That is what is important. Right. And then you can see this. This is the initial design of the Maldives International Airport. And of course, His Excellency the President called me to his office and told me, Nihal, you have done a good job, but I'm not happy with that. You have outsourced this particular design to a company in France. They have incorporated European values into this. Then I asked, Your Excellency, tell me what the values that you want to incorporate. Now, then he said, Nihal, we have sea. The sea has waves. We have white sandy beaches. I want to reflect that. Right, look at this. This is what Greg developed. This was assisted by the architect. Architect sent the sketches. He developed this 3D model. What is the advantage I take it here? I am satisfying the President's request. Not only that, you see, by this facade, we were lowering the carbon dioxide emissions up to by 720 kilograms per day. So what happens then? When you do that, it will lower the internal heat and your electricity bill is less. And of course, what happened was that this elevation, what you see here, is the western facing corridor, 500 meters long. All the evening sun is penetrating to this curtain wall and going into the building and warming it up. I put internet sensors there, IoT sensors, and evaluate how much energy that we can save. And I proved this facade is worth more than 40 million US dollars. And we claim this. And there were questions. How come you cost this much? But I told them, look at the benefits that you are getting. You are getting so much benefits. You are protecting the environment. You are lowering your electricity bill. Calculate everything for 50 years. They accepted that. And they paid this money. Right. And then I am telling you the importance of connecting the real-time simulation and predictive maintenance is possible through the sensors of IoT. Now here, digital twins of the building systems like HVAC, lighting, elevators, and water supply simulate how the building operates every second. This is the advantage of this era. You learn data science. You learn Python. You learn machine languages. And then you will be well conversant with this technology and you can use it. Now here, what is happening is that, look at this high-rise building. This is a large office building using digital twin connected to the sensors on air conditioners and lighting systems. They are saving energy from 10 to 15% by data. This is the importance of this era that we should embrace. Now, vibration and motor sensors on elevators can detect unusual patterns like friction increase, overheating. The AI predicts that the motor bearing may fail in 3 days. AI give the decision. Who will monitor this? Human. Human intervention is very, very important because he is the one who knows when to carry out this repair work, maintenance work. So human intervention is the one that is given in the fifth IR. But it is still emerging. Now, Industry 4, digitalization and blending of digital and physical worlds, many industries are still adapting Industry 4. And of course, all AI, robotics, and digital twins are advanced, but human integration, ethics, and inclusive policies are still evolving. So policymakers, be aware of that and get these essentials of this particular era into your policy statements. Then only the people will follow. Right. Now, the world is still learning how to balance technology, sustainability, and human values. It is not just about faster production, it is about creating smarter, fairer, and greener societies. Now look at this. This is an engineer who is getting the data from AI. He has the data. All AI monitors HVAC system in a high-rise office and predicts maintenance needs. But facility engineer reviews the AI suggestions to decide when to schedule the work without disrupting tenants. That means the human ensures comfort and judgment. Only the AI ensures the accuracy. Right, and then introducing the sixth industrial revolution, I would imagine that artificial intelligence, quantum computing, biotechnology, space technology, all that we will converge in the future and create distributed self-optimizing systems. Why? Because computers start learning from your data and he can make the correct decision and you only as a human verify that decision is correct or not. Now these are the things that I would imagine as a result in future that you might be able to see one of or all of these things. And I'm not going to explain one by one, but the future industrial revolution, the sixth IR, is not about technology. It is about us. So adapt human synergy mindset, build resilient, ethical, sustainable systems. Technology builds the structure, humanity defines its purpose. Now this is how the industry evolved from 4th to 6th IR, and the future begins with us. Let us shape it together. Thank you so much for this particular occasion provided to me, and if you have any questions, I will answer you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Engineer Premachandra. So now, ladies and gentlemen, reserve your questions, for we are about to proceed to our fireside chat and question and answer for plenary session 4. So may we request our hotel staff to put the seats here on stage as we call on all our resource speakers for plenary session 4 to once again come back on the stage, join us here for the Q&A. And we would like to invite our moderator for this session, the Honorable Michael C.Eng, the Chairman of the Professional Regulatory Board of Environmental Planning. Joining him are the esteemed panelists, Honorable Jose Arnold M. Tan, Member of the Professional Regulatory Board of Real Estate Service, Honorable Benjamin Austria, Member of the Professional Regulatory Board of Geology, and Honorable Ramon N. Santos, Chairman of the Professional Regulatory Board of Mining Engineering.